So we're here at KFC today to try the new Beyond Fried Chicken that looks like pencil erasers, but we're gonna see if it's any good. Let's go. Oh, okay. It was stuck shut. So they kicked us out of the restaurant. We can't eat inside the restaurant right now. So it's drive-through only, so we're gonna make the best of it. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay guys, so we got some KFC here. We got the Beyond Chicken stuff, and we're gonna see if it's any good. So we got some fries, which aren't great looking, but they're kind of whatever. But here's what we came for: pencil erasers. They really don't look good in the advertisements. I'm a little nervous, but I'm gonna take one for the team. First impression, they taste like deep fried nothing. They do actually kind of chew like a pencil eraser. You could see they have a little bit of texture, but not a ton. They don't have a lot of flavor. Definitely rubbery. I've had much better fake chicken before. There's a brand called, I want to say, Morningstar Farms, that has chicken nuggets, like chick apostrophe N nuggets. And those are really good. Those are the type of chicken nuggets that if I feed them to a guest, they won't realize that they're not actually chicken. They have a good texture, they have a good taste, they have a good consistency. Considering that I'm assuming Beyond Meat was involved in making these, I would expect better. They're not bad, they're just very mediocre. I'm glad to see, you know, meat alternatives in the fast food industry, and I've been, you know, wondering for 20 years why it's not a thing. Maybe this is part of the reason why, but I just feel like they could have done a lot better, honestly. And I really doubt these are very healthy. I'm not a vegetarian or anything. I do try to eat vegetables and keep a balanced diet. Even though when I was growing up, my sister called me the junk food junkie. You know, as an adult, I still try to minimize my sugars and my fast food intake and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, when I splurge and I want to eat something crappy, I want it to taste great. You know, it's got to be worth the price of the detrimental effects it might have on my body. This just doesn't seem worth it. It's meh. It's not gross. I don't want to hype you up and have this over-the-top reaction like, oh, it's so bad, I'm gonna throw up. It's fine. It's just not good. It's mediocre, and I expected better. That's all. Taj, why don't you try one?
Tastes worse than school lunch.
Really? Mm-hmm. Where'd you go? Did you go to Atlantic City? Where did you go to school?
PhD. Tastes like fake meat. I know exactly what you're talking about now.
It's like blatantly fake, right?
Yeah.
It's not like, this wouldn't fool anyone.
It tastes like rubber.
Mm-hmm. Not super rubbery, but like as you chew it, you get that
rubbery taste, right?
that rubbery texture. The breading is fine. Also a little under-seasoned, I feel like, but the breading is fine. It just tastes like breading with kind of nothing in there. Like, at least with the chicken, you get the flavor of chicken.
Right.
Now, we did get some chicken tenders, which we should use to compare. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, so here we have some chicken tenders. We got a biscuit in there and some mac and cheese. Now let's see what the real deal tastes like in comparison. I mean, to be fair, also not great. It's moist, which is nice. Has a better texture to it, but honestly, KFC chicken is a little bit rubbery, if I'm honest. How's this place still in business?
That's a good question.
You know, I don't think I've ever been to a KFC in my life that had a good staff. When we're ordering off camera, my video guy here, Taj, mentioned that they kind of had an attitude the whole time we were trying to order.
Should we put a clip of that? I think it's just a little bit.
Maybe.
What she said. Yeah,
maybe.
We'll put a clip right here.
How can we help you?
And it's not that they said anything particularly bad, it's just they weren't friendly. You know, this isn't Chick-fil-A.
I mean, I worked at Chick-fil-A, so I know what the standards are.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody was acting like that, it would have been on the spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just, I've never been to a KFC in my life that had their shit together. Pretty much any KFC I've ever been to has had employees that they tend to be young. They tend to kind of not care about the customer or what's going on behind the scenes. They're always out of stuff. The kitchen is always a mess, and it's usually so bad that you could see it from the register. Yeah, the kitchen's always a mess. The service is always like horrendously slow. I'll put an order in and it'll take like 20 minutes. To be fair, this location, the service was quick, so that's good. But yeah, they were just like not the friendliest. I wouldn't necessarily call them rude, but it's not like going to Chick-fil-A where they treat you nice, you know? Not that I'm a big Chick-fil-A person, but they have a really good staff. They have a really good way of doing business, and you don't feel like they're gonna spit in your food, you know? I don't know, Taj, why don't you have a piece of this chicken here and see how that compares?
So, okay, let's say, how do I put this? Let's compare to Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be a good comparison. Compared to Chick-fil-A, if Chick-fil-A's a 10, this is an absolute 2. It's not bad, but this doesn't. It's just that chewiness. Like, you know how Chick-fil-A just melts in your mouth?
Mm-hmm.
This one you have to kind of like work for it.
Mm-hmm.
The seasoning's off. I don't know. And like talking about customer service, back to that for a second. Let's say Chick-fil-A is 10, McDonald's is the lowest you can get, probably. That's what I would say.
No, I mean, it depends on the McDonald's.
Right, but most, like, that's why I said at the bottom, because McDonald's is iffy. It's like, they don't really have standards.
Yeah, I guess it
when
just
comes
depends.
To customer service.
I've been to some McDonald's that were incredible.
And then some that were horrendous,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's like McDonald's is like what you put at the bottom of the
But
food chain.
no, but KFC consistently
I would
has
say
the worst.
This is way below McDonald's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying McDonald's you can't put as the worst. McDonald's I would say is just average.
Mm-hmm.
KFC always has like the worst customer service in fast food. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know why that is. But
Smell too. You smell that?
yeah, it's
It's
just
not the
their chicken is just rubbery. It's just not a good quality chicken. I feel like the chicken is like overly plumped, like artificially plumped somehow. I can't really describe it. It just doesn't seem like a good situation. I would say that if I had to rate this chicken, and I keep eating it, this is like my third or fourth piece now. If I had to rate this out of 10, I would probably go with If average is a 5, I'm gonna put this at maybe a 4.5 to a 5, somewhere in that range. It's not bad, it's just not particularly good. Look, if you're a vegan or a vegetarian or something and you're hungry and you need a quick fix, it's fine. Go ahead and eat it. You're not going to hate yourself. I mean, I won't know the true answer to that for a few more hours. But it's, you're just not going to like it that much. You're not going to be excited to have it. You're going to have it and sure, it fills you up, but at what cost?
The bathroom's going to tell you soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so 5 out of 10. I wouldn't go out of my way for it again. I probably will never order it again unless they make some kind of change to it. If you're curious and you're at a KFC, go for it, but beyond satisfying the curiosity, it's not anything to write home about, and it's not bad enough to cry about either. It's just kind of mediocre. But then again, so is everything at KFC, really. The only thing I really like at KFC is their mashed potato bowls.
Is it really that good?
Because it's just like a bowl of everything they make. It's got gravy, it's got mashed potatoes, it's got popcorn chicken, I think there's corn in there, maybe something else, cheese, shredded cheese on top. Pretty good for like junky KFC food, you know. But that's the only thing I really like from KFC. I think I've had their big sandwich, their like premium chicken sandwich, since the chicken sandwich wars kicked off a year or two ago. But yeah, these are, 5 out of 10. These tenders, maybe these are probably 6 out of 10. So still not great, but better than those because they're actually chicken. They have a little better of a texture. I'm just not a KFC fan, is what it boils down to. So that's it. Eat them at your own risk. They're meh. Enjoy or don't. So since we got the mac and cheese, might as well talk about it. It's got a decent creaminess to it. It's elbow macaroni. It doesn't look bad. It's solid. Wouldn't write home about it, but the noodles are decent. The cheese sauce is good. I would give this probably a 6.5 out of 10. That's probably the best thing on their menu, if I'm honest. Nothing to write home about, but I mean, if you're forced to eat at KFC, this is probably about the best side they have. I wish the noodles were a bit better, maybe a little more al dente, but it has an okay mouthfeel. The fact that they're not dry is really nice, and it's leaps and bounds better than the fries, which, what are those fries, like a 3 out of 10? They're just like...
I wouldn't even call it a 3 out of 10. I would say maybe a 2, maybe.
It's just...
It doesn't even taste like fries.
There's no flavor, and there's no... At least they're not mushy, right? Like, there's nothing redeeming about those fries, but this mac and cheese is all right. Solid.
They definitely forgot to put the salt.
Yes, and this could use a little more salt too, but solid. I don't know if I should go warn all those people in line right there and point out the fact that there's a Popeyes right across the street. I don't know if you can see it on camera. And then there's a Burger King, and behind us there's a Taco Bell. There's a good Mexican joint right across the street. Why is there a line for KFC of all these places? Literally the worst place here.